in the lobby of Ramsey Solutions. Ruth is with us. Hi, Ruth. How are you?
I'm wonderful, Dave. How are you?
Better than I deserve. Where do you live?
I live in Angleton, Texas.
And where is that in Texas?
It's about 40 minutes south of Houston.
Okay. All right. Very cool. Welcome to Nashville.
Thank you.
And you're here to do a debt-free scream.
I am here to be debt-free.
I love it. How much have you paid off?
I've paid off $38,000.
Cool. And how long did that take you?
It took me 3 years and 8 months in 2 distinct phases.
Okay.
Before I found your program, I paid off $24,000 in 3 years. Mm-hmm. And after I found your program and implemented it, I paid off $14,000 in 8 months.
Boom. Kicked it into overdrive.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Wow. So what was the big difference? What caused that extra gas on the fire?
Well, I had started my debt-free journey, like as I said, many years before I found your program. In a tragedy in my life, I lost my husband unexpectedly.
Oh, my goodness.
January of 2012.
Before all this started, then?
Before all this started.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And by May of 2012, because we had lived a very normal life, I found myself in quite a bit of financial trouble. And an ugly phone call from a creditor kind of got my attention. And when I got off the phone with them, finally we had a payment plan worked out. I was just devastated, and I took my dog for a walk.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is time. I've worked hard my whole life, and I'm not going to live like this anymore. I'm going to pay all this off, and I'm never going to go into debt again. I don't care what.
Wow.
I'm going to get out. And so that began my journey, and for about 3 years, that's just what I did. I hadn't heard about you, so I just was kind of sending a little bit of extra to everybody. Mm-hmm. And then in January of 2015, I was watching YouTube videos. April of 2015, I was watching YouTube videos about how to save money, and everybody kept talking about Dave Ramsey, and I was like, who is Dave Ramsey? These people are crazy. But I finally watched, someone had uploaded a live event of your baby steps. And I was hooked before you finished step 2 because you were talking about the cheetah chasing the gazelle, and you know what he's going to do? He's going to get the college student. I thought, oh my gosh, that's me, because that's when my debt started, is when I went to college and got my teaching degree. And so at that point, I wrote my first budget for May of 2015. So bad at it that I forgot to put gas for the car in that budget. But I got a lot better at it, and on December 23rd of 2015, exactly 44 months after that phone call from Citibank that had started the whole thing on May 23rd, I sent them their final payment, and I was done. It was just
so the cheetah,
wonderful.
that idea, all of that stuff, it just gave you some a track to run on and made you believe you could do it, and so that turned up the heat and caused you to get out of debt even faster.
That, and just really, the missing key for me was always a written budget and cash envelopes.
Okay.
I've always been very frugal. I was a single mom for a long time, and I knew how to manage. I knew how to squeeze extra money out of my budget, but I didn't really have a plan for it. And I was amazed in May, after telling every dollar where to go and really, really just trying my best to save every one of them I could, at how much extra. I didn't realize how much money I really did make until I started telling it where to go for me. And I've paid off one of the smaller loans that first month. I paid off my pet student loan like 2 months later, and I thought I would have another 2 years on it, and that just really, that motivated me.
That got you going.
I was like, I want this, because about that point, the only thing I had left was the debt consolidation loan.
Gotcha. So through this 3 years and 8 months, what was your average income?
About $55,000.
$55,000. Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 49 years old.
So you were like 43 or 44 when he passed away.
He passed away the day before my 45th birthday.
Yeah. Okay. So you were a young widow. Okay. Very cool. Good for you. And man, I'll tell you. And then just a few months later, man, you get smacked with this collector being sassy, and that's your wake-up call.
Because I was sending everybody a payment. I just couldn't make all the minimum payments on my salary alone. And so the debt was, even though I was sending him $400 or $500 a month, which to me was a lot of money, the debt was growing because they changed the interest rate and of course the late fees and penalties and all that stuff. So it was just, that was just how, like I said, when I got that under control and really, I think just making up my mind that I'm done with this. I worked too hard to have a phone call when I'm still grieving and I'm still, and you're worried about, and I'm telling you, I'm trying to make your payment, but I can't get it.
Yeah, they're just nasty.
Yeah, it was, and that's why I just think now I'm grateful to God that I went through that awful day because I'm debt free.
Yeah, you are. Congratulations.
But at the time,
Very cool. And so it's interesting. You were motivated, and then when you learned how to do the budget, the envelopes, and started to see the light, kind of that you started to believe it actually going to happen. Those three things together really put gas on the fire and caused the thing to go into overdrive. That's what it sounds like.
Absolutely. After I learned about your program and I learned how to budget my money and really make I learned that I really could live on one income and I could live a good life. And after that, I just I felt empowered. Up to that point, I had felt trapped.
You got to feel like you got an S on your chest now. I mean, you did it. You did it. You did it, right?
I'm beyond. There are no words to describe.
How does it feel? You don't have any payments.
It's amazing. I mean,
have you ever been debt free as an adult?
I have never. I was 22 as a single mom. I went back to college so I could support my daughter. And that's when I went into debt. I took on student loans. And I
had it ever since.
Couldn't get out. I tried and tried, but I just never could get it all paid off. And then, of course, I met my husband, and he made a good salary. And we, I felt like we were okay because all the bills were paid on time. And it just seemed like, I had always been kind of raised to think you're always going to have a house payment. You're always going to have a car payment.
Yeah.
Now, my dad he would always tell me, you need to get rid of those credit cards.
Yeah.
But, the rest of the debt, to me, I'm like, there's nothing I want in this world badly enough to take on a debt. I'm so happy. In that same 3 years, 8 months, I've also reduced my mortgage by an additional $12,000. And
it's going to be gone soon.
And it will be gone in just a few
What's the
years.
balance on that?
About 63 on it.
Oh, you're going to kill it. I love it. 4 or 5 more years, you'll be done.
That's
I love
the plan.
it. That's awesome. Well, I'm so proud of you, Ruth. Congratulations. You ought to be proud of yourself.
Thank you.
You did good stuff. You're a hero.
Thank you. And I did. I wanted to come. I'm actually a very shy person, but I wanted to come on your show because I wanted to encourage. There are single moms out there and there are widows out there, and it's scary. You think you're the only one, and you can't do it. And there's so much. Our culture teaches us that you have to have 2 incomes to have a good life, and you do not. You can have a good life on 1 income if you tell your money where to go every month, and you are conscious about it, and you budget faithfully, and you stick to that budget. You can do it.
You just encouraged a lot of people. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely incredible. All right, Ruth from Houston, Texas, $38,000 paid off in 3 years and 8 months, making $55,000 a year. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1. I am debt-free.
That didn't look too shy. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Open phones this hour. Man, that's good stuff. Yes. Boom. Just like that. That's how it's done. I love it. I love it. I love it. That is an encouragement. I don't want to hear your whining. You sitting there making $90,000. You just heard her story. I don't want to hear you can't do it. I'm not going to listen to you. You can do it. You'll be the hero of your story, just like Ruth is. I'm so proud of her. How good is that? That's good stuff right there. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show. So you have to break the cycle. You have to flip this thing on its head and make it behave. You've got to get so fired up and wired up that your broke friends think you've lost your mind.